Good evening and welcome to it. Welcome to it. This is Chess and Wine. Tomorrow we'll be talking about the wine. I'll be telling you, oh yeah, all right, I'm drinking this dry reed from the house of Chatao. But hey, I'm not gonna tell you what it is. They don't know that I'm talking about their wine, so I'm not gonna tell. As long as the moment someone knows that I'm talking about the wine, I'm gonna start talking about the wine. Why am I looking down instead of looking at you? Anyway, good evening. Welcome to it. This is a chess tournaments update. So for the past weekend, there were, I think, tournaments in now what 3-4 provinces, but yeah, we'll catch up with it as we go, and I get into the update. Some interesting things happening. Again, we're always happy when the youngsters are winning, when the youngsters are doing it. So I saw this obviously from the group, and everybody commenting about it, and I was trying to follow the tournament as well. So yeah, there's been the Plaatjie Open from the Northern Cape that took place this past weekend. Top seeded players were Lizo Sikwati, who's rated 1919, and there's Matebula Kolani rated 1854, and there's Kwababa Harry rated 1564, and the other players are rated below 1500. But the final standings, quite interesting. Let me just quick look at the final standings. So the final standings were as follows. Where are the final standings for this tournament? Can't see how. Yes, so that's how it is. Okay, so in first place, it was with 4 points out of 5. It was Harry Kwababa, a player rated 1564, with 4 points out of 5. And in second place, it is Jason Springbok, rated 1562, getting a score of 3.5 points, 3.5 out of 5. Obviously, one draw, one loss, or something like that. And then third place, it is Lizo Sikwati, the highest rated of them all, with a rating of 1919, with a score of 3.5 out of 5. Now, I'm interested again in looking at who Kwabe Harry, the winner of the event, played against. So I see that in the first round, he lost to Lawrence Mufokeng, and then decided to give a very strong comeback from that on. So he lost against Kelebokhile, he won against Jabulani, he won against Savannah Ajumi, he won against Jason Springbok. So yeah, first game lose. Maybe that's the strategy that people always talk about. That when you want to win a 5-round tournament, you must lose the first one, because after that you get paired with the weaker players. But I'm not saying that these ones are weaker. But obviously he didn't even get a chance to play one of the two top-rated players, the 18 and the 1900. So he played 1400 and lost. Then he played a 1100, the 1400, the 1400, and a 1500. But next. In number 2, it is Jason Springbok. So Jason Springbok won first game against Kelebokhile, won second one against Lawrence, and then he won against Savannah. And then he drew with Lee, so the highest rated of them all. And then he lost to Harry Kwababa in the last one. So yeah, and again, Lizo, this is how Lizo performed. Lizo Sikwati. He lost the first game to Savannah Ajum, women candidate master Savannah Ajum. But the fact that she has a title, it just tells you that you don't have to just look down on her, because I mean she's I think she's born in 2006 or something. She's a kid, but the rating is 1458, and she won against the 1900 rated Lizo Sikwati. So from the second game on, Sikwati won against Jabulani, won against Kolani, and then he played a draw against Jason. And then he won the last one against Mofokeng. So that's something that's very interesting. Now, looking again at the performance of the young women candidate master Savannah Ajum, though she came fourth in the overall tournament, she won the first game, which was played against 1900 rated Lizo Sikwati, won the second game against the 1800 rated Tolani Matebula. And then from then on, she lost to Jason Springbok and lost again to Harry Springbok. But I mean, such a good performance in the first 2 rounds. It's sad that the third and fourth happened to be the. So in the last round, she won again against Muko and Jabulani. I believe that is the organizer, the president of the Mojo Chess Club. Yeah, it's good to see him playing, right? Not only just organizing tournaments. But yeah, so that's been it from the Northern Cape, and Sol Plaatjie, the small chess federation that played a very tiny tournament with about 8-9 players. But still good though, because it's good for players to have some activity. So I think another reason why there were so few players, because there was a school event that was happening in this past weekend on the same day. All right. So now let's move on to, I see there was the Piet Robbertse as well that was happening. How much time? But Piet Robbertse also took place this weekend at Kuro Academy in Pretoria. And the winners of the sections, obviously, it had a number of players taking part in it. It had so many sections. I don't even think we're going to go into all of these sections, because even though I was planning on going into all of the sections, but I'll just focus on the A section quickly, where we see players like Kanyama Zibugo making a comeback again on the on the podium. Like I always speak about Kanye trying to making a comeback on the podium, because he has to, right? Wait. My tournaments are running away from me. What's happening? All right. So yes, on the A section, this is how it happened on the A section. Yeah. So on the A section, first place, it was with a score of 4 points out of 5, or 4.5 points, in fact. It was Kennedy Master Kanyama Zipuko. And in second place, it was Abhinava Satish, who won 4 games out of 5. And in third place, it is Anton Tissot van Pertot. That was the first time I come across this name, and Anton is just making an appearance for the first time, obviously, in the podium. So yeah, so the ratings, his rating is 16-19, and he came third place with 3.5 points out of 5, and that is Anton Tissot van Patot. All right, so I also took an interest in the players that Kanyama Zibugo played against. So the first game was won against Anton. Second game was a win against Blessing. Third game was a win against Rafael Felix. Fourth game was a win against Raymond Makakula. And then the last round, it was a draw between him and Abhinava Satish. And I don't trust these draws on the last round when someone is already sure that they're winning. Because these draws are the ones that either they sell or they give us a favor, or instead of winning 5 out of 5, like, even if I give you a draw, I still win the tournament. So how about you give me something for that draw? That's why I don't trust these draws. But hey, so that's how it happened. Yeah, so Abaniv, from that draw, Abhinava Satish ended with 4 points and finishing second place. So I'm sure he really much needed that draw. So never trust such draws. And then what happened? So yeah, there's this section again. Is it the under 10 section, which all 3 players, in fact, wait, 1, 2, 3, 4 players finished with 4 points out of 5. That was Joshua White, Philip Kroos, Sonia Erasmus, and Josi Menyatsuwe. All of them full score, 4 points out of 4. And I wanted to go to which section, because now I'm looking at the under 12, and the rain's going to find me sitting outside here. But let's just say for now, the Pete Robbins has been covered. And then we go to the West Rand Open. The West Rand Open was the following way. The Open section, which was led by Brighton Mtunzi with 4.5 points out of 5. He was the highest rated player in the tournament, still finished place. And in second place, it is Bokang Leklu with 4.5 points out of 5. And in third place, it is Elise Nhamuave. Easiest player. Like, this guy as a junior, this player was a promising one, but now he's disappeared for a bit. Maybe he wasn't great off. Maybe he's at university. That's what happens with these players. But maybe he's making a comeback again to chess, or he just played this one because it was before schools reopened. I don't know. We will find out. We'll see if we see him again in the next event from the West Rand. Yeah, that is Elisa Namuzwe. But I was just going to go try and see. Yeah, actually, he won every game again, 4 points, and then he only lost to Brighton Mtunzi. Brighton Mtunzi only played a draw, won everything from first round to fourth round. And then in round 5, same thing Brighton Mtunzi does. Against Bokang Leklu, he plays a draw. And there's again those draws that I don't trust. Because of that draw, Leklu Bokang got 4.5 points out of 5, making him a second place finisher. So you see, there's a possibility that in the last round they were like, I'll give you this round. So yeah, what do you give me? I give you the draw, even, or such and such things. But I mean, I'm just throwing a whole lot of doubt on the players. But they have the next round to prove themselves, right? Yeah, so which tournament am I leaving out? Because I actually only wanted to, so now I'm being signaled for time. All right, but yeah, from the list of tournaments, I think this was the one, except for the schools tournaments that were happening. So there was a whole lot of schools tournaments happening. There was a Life Out Midval tournament. There was the, what is this? The Francis Bart Schools tournament. A lot of schools. There's the Cape Town, there's the City Metro, Central District schools as well. And And also there was the Dr. Kenneth Kaunda that was meant to be happening, but the results are not updated. There was a free tournament from the Dr. Kenneth Kaunda Federation in the Northwest. Free entry. And I see that there was about 60 plus 65 players that had registered for it. But none of them, it doesn't show which one, how they played, if they played. So we don't know if they actually played. But anyway, we'll see. We'll talk about it some other time when the results are finally out. So that's that from this episode, obviously, of updates and all that in tournaments. But now I also wanted to speak to let you know that remember that this Saturday as well, this when they were supposed to be having this elections in the Northwest that we could not get information on. I speak to the president and speak to the secretary, and I don't because I wanted to check who are the I wish obviously so that I could also let you know who are the nominated candidates and obviously what are their background histories and all that, whether they deserve to be on the sports that they're nominated for. But the president and the secretary of Northwest, I still say did not send the information to me, even though they promised. Oh, okay, no. Speak to the secretary, said the president. And the secretary said, oh, no, I'll send it to you, but I have to confirm with the president first. I'm like, okay, I'm waiting for you to do the confirmation with the president. So the president probably did not confirm. I don't know. But the election did not happen because two of the most active regions, such as Dr. Kenneth Kaunda and Bujana Chess in the Northwest, decided not to take part in the elections. And obviously, why would you make the elections with out of four regions with only two available? So I think they exercised their powers right. So now maybe things are going to start happening again, and now they're going to be redone transparently so that everyone is involved, everyone is able to have an opinion on how it happens and how it should happen. Because we deserve to have an opinion, right? Like it's a public thing, it's a public structure, it's a provincial structure. But yeah, so that's that. If I'm leaving anything out, it is this Saturday, this weekend. In fact, the Bujanala Claw is going to be taking part. It's going to be happening, and obviously we're going to be in Bujanala looking at the your Banele Mangos, your Marcus Simpsons, your Karabotiki, and who else is going to be there? Like some of the top players are there, and they're going to be playing in that event. We'll be updating you on how they perform, whether they still keep the top spot and come back with the 10,000 rand first prize each or not. It'll be interesting. So there'll be live streaming happening of the game, live streaming of obviously live commentating and everything. And I am International Master Babuzela asking if you could be part of the commentating. Like, man, let's go through some games together, Eddie. You call me, we'll do it via chess and wine. We commentate. That'll be nice. You'll do the analysis on the positions. I mean, that's something that we could discuss with the president of Bujana Jazz. I'm sure they'll be happy to have I am giving that contribution, right? Especially for the open section where most of the games we will not understand. Not most, maybe some of the games. So, so it will nice to get some inputs from like so title players and stronger players who understand these things. But yeah, and again, it's so interesting that I am Abuzela wasn't playing a tournament this weekend because obviously there was a tournament in Pretoria, the Piet Robbertse, which was hosted by Tony, which he is the deputy president of. So it's surprising that he wasn't taking part. But he had to take the role of president in the absence of the actual president as the deputy president and be the chief organizer of the event and run around just making sure that everything is going smoothly. And he understands. Apparently, according to him, hey, Eddie, this organizing thing is very difficult, man. It's more difficult than actually playing. So he'd rather be playing than doing organizing work. But that's that. Until next time, good evening.